President Feinstein, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, graduates, family and friends, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the University of Northern Colorado's Spring 2024 Commencement Ceremony. Thank you. Thank you to our talented Bear Lake Quintet for providing the accompaniment for our student processional. Out of respect for the proceedings, we ask that graduates and guests remain in the arena for the duration of the ceremony. If you are able, please stand now for the presentation of colors and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. And please join me in thanking Jennifer Wagner, Rising Master of Music in Vocal Performance, for leading the singing of the National Anthem, and thank you too to the UNC Police Department Honor Guard for presenting the national colors. It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce the President of the University of Northern Colorado, Andy Feinstein.
Well, thank you, Provost Fleming. Good evening and welcome, graduates and guests. Buenas noches y bienvenidos. That's right, let's get a round of applause. Yes. So I am pleased to welcome you to the University of Northern Colorado's Spring Commencement Ceremony for recipients of specialist, master's, and doctoral degrees. As we begin, I acknowledge that the grounds upon which our university stands are inextricably tied to the history and culture of Indigenous peoples. The University of Northern Colorado occupies the lands and the territories of the Ute, Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Lakota peoples. Further, we acknowledge the 48 tribes that are historically tied to the state of Colorado. Consistent with our values, of community and inclusion, we have a responsibility to acknowledge the land we inhabit and to honor and pay respect to those who have stewarded this land throughout the generations. Today is a momentous occasion. Attaining a college degree is a significant milestone. To continue to advance in your field or profession by pursuing a graduate degree is especially remarkable. The honor bestowed upon you this evening is special because it is so rare. You are here because of your hard work, dedication, and determination, and the countless hours you have spent in classrooms, libraries, studios, and labs. Across our ceremonies this weekend, we will be awarding 1,541 degrees, and this includes 548 recipients of graduate degrees. Our graduates come from 46 Colorado counties, 45 states, and 21 countries. Our youngest graduate this spring is 19 years old, and our oldest is 78 years old. As many of you may know, first-generation students make up a significant portion of UNC's student population. And this includes students who are their first in their family to pursue graduate-level education as well. So if you identify as a first-generation student, would you please stand? Congratulations on your accomplishments. In this arena tonight, surrounding these graduates are family members, friends, and supporters who have helped in many ways. I invite our graduates to join me in applause for those who have helped make possible this day of achievement and celebration. Graduates, you have been taught, mentored, and guided by the university's tremendous faculty and staff members who have dedicated themselves to helping you realize your dreams. Faculty and staff, would you please stand to be recognized? Thank you so much for your contributions to our students' success. I want to take a moment to welcome any military personnel and veterans who are joining us this evening. Would you please stand? Thank you for your service to our country. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce some of the special guests who are on stage with me this evening. First, I would like to recognize members of the University of Northern Colorado Board of Trustees. Will you please stand to be recognized? Trustee Steve Jordan, Annette Martinez, Jasmine Martinez, and Angela Vaughn. Thank you. We are grateful for your leadership and service to UNC. I'm also joined by members of the President's Cabinet and ask them to please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to advancing our institution. To the class of 2024, I am honored to celebrate with you this evening. Academic commencement is a century-old tradition. It is a time of joy, and most of all, but it is also a time of reflection. It is an opportunity to look back on all you have achieved and to look ahead to your future. Your graduation this evening marks a new beginning. We know that earning a college degree has a long-lasting positive effect on the lives of individuals, their families, and their communities. A graduate degree enhances that impact and further equips you to work at the highest levels in your field or profession. It is why one of the greatest joys of my job as president is seeing each of you make your way across the graduation stage. And while the destination, you being here tonight to receive your diploma, is important, I hope you also carry with you lessons from your journey. With the connections that you have made, the knowledge you have gained, and the experiences you have had during your time at UNC, you are equipped to address some of our most pressing challenges. You are the difference makers we need right now in this world. Graduate degree in hand, you are now poised to leverage your talents and creativity as you pursue your greatest dreams and ambitions. And I'm excited to think about all you will accomplish as you go on to realize your fullest potential. At UNC, our commitment to being students first means that we exist to transform the life of every person who enrolls in our university. And I trust you are leaving UNC ready to define your own path and lead successful lives. The class of 1910 left as a gift to the university an entry gate on 10th Avenue. It is inscribed with the motto, "Rowing, not drifting." And to me, this is a reminder to be purposeful and act with intention. You have all proven that you are certainly rowing. You are embarking on a journey full of endless possibilities. As you do, remember to chart your own course, have a little fun, and leave things better than you found them. So congratulations, member of the class of 2024, and best wishes for the future. So we have many accomplished students graduating this evening, and each with a unique journey that brought them to this point, and with the promise of a fulfilling life and professional career to come. And I wish that I had time to recognize and share the story of every graduate. And although that is not possible, I do have the great pleasure of introducing two of our exceptional students who were selected as the speakers for tonight's ceremony. You will first hear from Nia Renee Connolly. Now, Nia graduates today with a master's degree in business administration with an emphasis in human resource management. A motivational speaker, coach, and author, she is committed to inspiring others to embrace their potential, cultivate healthy relationships, and pursue their dreams with courage and conviction. Our second speaker is Melissa Lafferty, who is receiving her Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. A first-generation college student, Melissa currently works as a Finish What You Started re-engagement coordinator at Colorado State University. And she plans to continue working in roles where she can help improve access to higher education for others. So please join me in welcoming Nia Renee to the podium.
Class of 2024, how you feeling? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, President Feinstein. Esteemed graduates, esteemed faculty, families, and friends, as we gather here to celebrate the culmination of our doctoral specialist and master's journey, I am reminded of the profound voyage each of us embark upon when we dare to pursue advanced education. This pursuit of a degree often begins with a sense of certainty, a feeling that we have a clear roadmap ahead, knowing exactly where we are headed. However, life may have other plans. For me, this reality struck hard as I found myself unexpectedly battling another rare brain disorder. Yes, I said another brain disorder. I have 3, so I guess that makes me an overachiever. It's okay, you can laugh. Adding to the challenges I faced on my master's journey, I found myself undergoing a series of 5 brain surgeries within a little over a year. This experience taught me a fundamental truth that resonates deeply with the essence of change and purpose. And for those of us who are getting our MBAs, if there's one lesson we needed to retain from this program, it's that success hinges on how we navigate change. It is during these moments of adversity that we are called upon to summon our inner strength, adaptability, and unwavering determination to persevere. When we embark on a new chapter in our lives, we often envision a specific path to follow for ourselves. However, life's journey is full of unexpected twists and turns. It is through facing and overcoming our greatest challenges that we unearth the depth of our capabilities and uncover the true meaning of our journey. This journey gave me the exceptional ability to become more open-minded, thanks to those additional 5 brain surgeries. Again, it's okay if you laugh. It was undoubtedly through these experiences that I was able to step into my purpose. My purpose is to be here in a room full of incredibly brilliant individuals, each determined to pave their own way and demonstrate that no matter the circumstances or how unexpected the journey becomes, we can achieve anything we put our minds to. As we embark upon this next phase of our lives, let us remember that while the path ahead may change and ultimately become uncertain, it is the unexpected changes, the unforeseen challenges that test our strength, power, and purpose, which ultimately shape us into who we are. Standing here today, united by our shared experiences and unwavering determination, let us declare with conviction, this is what defining your power and stepping into your purpose looks like for us graduates. Let this moment ignite the fire within us to chase our dreams relentlessly, to overcome every obstacle with resilience, and to carve our paths with boldness and purpose. The world awaits the impact of your brilliance. And before I finish, this one's for you, Jody Corey Weeks. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Good evening. As I stand here today, I am reminded of my days volunteering at graduation for the promise of free pizza. Let's be real about that. But I kept returning year after year. I just love being at graduation, seeing everyone march in, the ceremony of it all. It's incredible to think that I'm here today as a graduate myself. There were so many times I didn't think I would make it. I'm sure you've all had moments like that. But we're here today because we showed up, didn't we? My favorite quote comes from John Kabat-Zinn, a mindfulness educator. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Getting a graduate degree is not easy, but it's so important. We decided to challenge ourselves, to continue learning and growing, but getting a graduate degree doesn't necessarily mean you're the expert. It means you understand there is so much more that you don't know. It signifies our readiness to find the answers to complex questions that matter. And it shows that we didn't get up when things got hard. We persevered, which is maybe the most important lesson we learn as graduate students. It's important to acknowledge this internal transformation that has taken place. To earn a graduate degree is to undergo a profound change, to emerge not just with a diploma, but as the kind of person with the grit to obtain one. This process doesn't guarantee an immediate change in our lives. Rather, it empowers us to be the change. The education we celebrate today has gifted us with a new perspective, a new self, ready to embrace what comes next. But we didn't do it alone. Today is as much about the people around us, faculty, staff, loved ones. Their often unseen efforts have created the conditions for our success, for which we owe them our deepest gratitude. Please know that you are appreciated. So, to my fellow graduates, as we close this chapter, let's not forget the countless setbacks we've overcome, the doubts we've conquered, and the resilience that has brought us through. Let's continue to embrace the waves of uncertainty with the confidence that comes from knowing that no matter how turbulent the waters may be, we have the strength to keep surfing, which allows us to be successful in whatever comes next. Congratulations, and go Bears.
Thank you, Nia, Renee, and Melissa. Congratulations. This evening, I have the honor of recognizing some of our most accomplished graduate students and faculty members. The Graduate Dean Citation Awards celebrate graduate student achievement in scholarship and leadership. The award for excellence is given each semester to students nominated by faculty members and selected by a committee of graduate faculty members. It is in recognition of superior achievement in graduate studies. Nominees must meet certain minimum criteria, though most exceed them. The minimum criteria are a cumulative GPA of 3.75 or higher, and documented evidence of superior accomplishment while a graduate student at UNC. Awardees, as I read your name, please stand to be recognized. The Spring 2024 awardees of the Dean Citation Award for Excellence are Madison Backer, Doctor of Audiology. Delaney Byrne, Master of Science in Biological Sciences. Emily Cantillon, PhD in Special Education. Tara Diltz, Master of Arts in Criminal Justice. Jessica Duke, PhD in Biological Education. Melissa Lafferty, PhD in Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Frankie Logan, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration. Kim Monroe, PhD in Educational Psychology. Lisa Paulson, PhD in Sport and Exercise Science, Physical Education and Physical Activity Leadership. Weishad Lowe, PhD in Technology, Innovation and Pedagogy. Congratulations. The award for Outstanding Thesis, Doctoral Scholarly Project or Dissertation is given to students who are nominated by at least 2 faculty members. A committee of the Graduate Council reviews each nominee's written project for quality, depth, originality, and impact of their scholarship or creative works. The nominees must also have a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.75. The awardees of Outstanding Thesis are Hannah Ditzenberger, Master of Arts in Sociology, please stand. And Frankie Logan, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration. Congratulations. The Doctoral Scholarly Project is completed by students in applied doctoral programs, namely the Doctor of Audiology and the Doctor of Nursing Practice. The awardees of the Outstanding Doctoral Scholarly Project are Ryan Anderson, Doctor of Audiology, Madison Backer, Doctor of Audiology, Megan Kennedy, Doctor of Audiology. Congratulations. The awardees of the Outstanding Dissertation are Emily Cantillon, PhD Special Education, Jessica Duke, PhD Biological Education, Brett Fedor, EDD Educational Studies, Paige Johnson, PhD Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership, Melissa Lafferty, PhD Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership, Congratulations to all our Dean's Citation Award recipients on their outstanding achievements. The M. Lucille Harrison Award is the most prestigious award given to faculty members at UNC. This award honors a lifetime of achievement in teaching, scholarship, and service. This year, 2 well-deserving recipients have been selected. They are Fritz Fischer, Professor of History in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Dana Landry, Professor of Music in the College of Performing and Visual Arts. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations to both Fritz Fischer and Dana Landry for their remarkable contributions to the academic community at UNC. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Graduate School Dean, Jerry Ann Lyons, to present the candidates for doctoral hooding.
Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please stand? President Feinstein, Provost Fleming, trustees and guests, it is my privilege to invite the degree candidates to come forward now to be hooded by their research advisors.
Ryan Anderson. AD, Doctor of Audiology, will be hooded by Dr. Deanna Meinke.
Dr. Melissa Lafferty, PhD, Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Dr. Lafferty will be hooded by her doctoral advisor, Dr. Gardner Tucker.
Madison Baca, Doctor of Audiology, will be hooded by Dr. Deanna Meinke. Dr. Baca's doctoral scholarly project title is COVID-19, Implications for Audiology Practice.
Dr. Amanda Davis-Smith, PhD, Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Dr. Davis-Smith will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Gardner Tucker. Dr. Davis-Smith's dissertation is the Grass Really Greener? A narrative study on what has drawn student affairs professionals who identify as women from student affairs to a position in the corporate world during COVID-19.
Caitlin Tweeton, Doctor of Audiology, will be hooded by Dr. Deanna Meinke. Her scholarly project title is The Use of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Gaming to Promote Hearing Health in Youth.
Dr. Jamie Lynn Fogg, PhD in Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Dr. Lynn Fogg is being hooded by Fritz Fischer. Her scholarly project is Women, Normal Schools, and Legacies of Educational Practice in the Mountain West.
Kelsey Harris, Doctor of Audiology, will be hooded by Dr. Deanna Meinke. Her scholarly project is entitled Dementia Implications for Audiology, Cognitive Screening in Clinical Practice.
Dr. Paige Johnson, PhD, Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Dr. Johnson will be hooded by Maria Lehman. Her scholarly research project is a discrete analysis of experiences influencing belonging for college students with disabilities.
Megan Kennedy will be hooded by the very busy Dr. Deanna Meinke. Her dissertation title, or her doctoral scholarly project title, is Autotoxicity, Monitoring Protocols for Common Chemotherapeutics.
Dr. Stephen Lovewell, PhD, Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership, hooded by Dr. Maria Lehman. Their dissertation is Compassion Fatigue Among University Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Practitioners.
Lauren James, Doctor of Audiology, will be hooded by Dr. Don Finan. Her scholarly project is entitled Normative Auditory Brainstem Evoked Response Characteristics in Puppies.
Dr. Rowan Thomas, PhD, Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Dr. Thomas is being hooded by Dr. Lehman and Dr. Otis. Their dissertation is Transgender and/or Gender Nonconforming Professionals and Paraprofessionals of Color, Identity-Based Work, and Identity Battle Fatigue in Higher Education and Student Affairs.
Keely Coffey, Doctor of Audiology, is being hooded by Dr. Don Finan. The scholarly project title is The Audiologist's Role in Assessment and Management of Mild Traumatic Brain Injuries.
Dr. Holly Schmidt, PhD, Higher Education and Student Affairs Leadership. Dr. Schmidt will be hooded by Dr. Linda Black. Their dissertation is Labor Market Alignment and Social Outcomes.
Brooke Gilstad, Doctor of Audiology, is being hooded by Dr. Don Finan. Her scholarly project title is A Review of the Literature on Adult Oral Rehabilitation Programs.
Dr. Jesse Johnston, PhD, School Psychology. Dr. Johnston will be hooded by Dr. Robin Hess. Their dissertation is Effects of School-Based Physical Activity on Children's Core Executive Function Abilities.
Jessica Duke, PhD in Biological Education, is being hooded by Dr. Emily Holt. Her dissertation title is Exploring University Student Perceptions of Climate Change Using Connection to Nature and Psychological Distance.
Dr. Claire Landrew, PhD, School Psychology. Dr. Landrew is being hooded by Dr. David Hulock. Their dissertation is Implicit Bias Towards Students with Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD, and the Influence Role of Teacher Efficacy.
Victoria Duncan, PhD in Biological Education, is being hooded by Dr. Emily Holt and Dr. Susan Keenan. Her dissertation title is Practices, Curricula, and Perspectives, Creating Equitable and Inclusive Science Higher Education Classrooms.
Dr. Lisa Michelson, PhD, School Psychology. Dr. Michelson is being hooded by Dr. David Hulock. Their dissertation is University Students with Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, Sex Differences in Identification and Diagnosis.
Tyler Hayek, PhD in Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration, is being hooded by Dr. Yun Tae Song. His dissertation title is Narrative Economics of Sports Gambling Legalization, a case study of the United States.
Dr. Emily Cantillan, PhD, Special Education. Dr. Cantillan is being hooded by Dr. Sylvia Correa Torres. Her dissertation is an analysis of vision-based subset impact on subtest scores of the Wishler Intelligence Scale for children on cortical and cerebral visual impairment.
Ryland Townsend, PhD in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology, is being hooded by Dr. Laura Stewart. His dissertation title is CBD and Stress.
Dr. Kelly Meadows, PhD, Special Education. Dr. Meadows is being hooded by Dr. Sandy Bowen. Her dissertation is Facilitating Language Developing in Late Talking Toddlers, a study of caregiver training and intervention effectiveness.
Lisa Paulson, PhD in Sport and Exercise Science, Physical Education, Physical Activity Leadership, is being hooded by Dr. Brian Downhauer. Her dissertation title is Voices of Change, Exploring the Narratives of Physical Education Stakeholders' Policy Work in the United States.
Dr. Kelly Ryan, PhD, Special Education. Dr. Ryan is being hooded by Dr. Jen Urbach. Her dissertation title is Speech-Language Pathologist and Teacher Perceptions of the Inclusive Service Delivery Model.
Connie Harris, PhD in Nursing Education, is being hooded by Dr. Melissa Henry. Her dissertation title is Faculty Beliefs Toward Academic Accommodations for Pre-Licensure Nursing Students with Disabilities.
Dr. Wei Shun Lo, PhD, Technology Innovation Pedagogy. Dr. Lo is being hooded by Dr. Hen Yuku. Her dissertation title is Enhancing Chinese Language Learning Through Problem-Solving Gameplay.
Elizabeth Brooks, PhD in Nursing Education, is being hooded by Dr. Carlo Parker. Her dissertation title is Exploring the Degrees of Ableism Nursing Students with Disabilities Experience.
Dr. Erin Wachter, PhD, Technology Innovation Pedagogy. Dr. Wachter is being hooded by Dr. Hen Yuku. Her dissertation title is Pre-Service Teachers and Game Development, Constructing Learning Experiences.
Susie Campbell, PhD in Nursing Education, is being hooded by Dr. Carlo Parker. Her dissertation title is Perspectives of Academic Nurse Leaders Regarding Mentorship of Novice Nurse Faculty.
Dr. Nathan Landers, PhD, Counseling Psychology. Dr. Landers is being hooded by Dr. Kenneth Parnell. His dissertation title is The Impacts of Gender Minority Stress on Wellness Among Trans and Gender Diverse Adults.
Shane Yardley, PhD in Nursing Education, is being hooded by Dr. Darcy Copeland. His dissertation title is Nursing Faculty as Self-Care Influencers, Current Nursing Students' Perspectives.
Dr. Johnny Mitchell, PhD, Counseling Psychology. Dr. Mitchell is being hooded by Dr. Kenneth Parnell. Her dissertation title is Patterns of Cannabis Use and Impacts on Communication and Relationship Satisfaction.
Monica Panetasar, PhD, Nursing Education, is being hooded by Dr. Michael Aldridge. Her dissertation title is A Comparative Descriptive Study Exploring Undergraduate versus Graduate Self-Regulated Learning in Online Nursing Courses.
Dr. Jansen Leigred, PhD, Counseling Psychology. Dr. Leigred is being hooded by Dr. Lu Tan. His dissertation title is Understanding the Acculturation Experiences of Post-9/11 Student Veterans in the Higher Education Culture of Civilian Post-Secondary Educational Institutions.
Rebecca Nemec, PhD, Nursing Education, is being hooded by Dr. Catherine Reckerts. Her dissertation title is, I'm stressed. You have to do something to help me. The relationship between student academic entitlement, academic stress, and satisfaction.
Dr. Evan Engel Newman, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision. Dr. Engel Newman is being hooded by Dr. Heather Pendleton-Helm. Their dissertation title is LGBTQ+EQ+ Client Experiences, discussing consensual non-monogamy in therapy and interpretive phenomenological analysis.
Alex Annan, Doctor of Arts in Music, Jazz Studies, is being hooded by Brian Casey and Eric Applegate. His dissertation title, Finding the Sound, a study of 19 solos of Larry Grenadier.
Dr. Jason Rose, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision. Dr. Rose is being hooded by Dr. Heather Pendleton-Helm. His dissertation title is The Impact of Death Anxiety on Counselor in Training's Efficacy with Substance Use Populations.
Thomas Cole, Doctor of Arts in Music, Jazz Studies, is being hooded by Dr. Brian Casey and Dr. Eric Applegate. His dissertation title is Cantus Imperialis, a jazz metal song cycle for jazz ensemble.
Dr. Lexi Wimmer, PhD, Counselor Education and Supervision. Dr. Wimmer is being hooded by Dr. Jennifer Murdoch Bishop. Dr. Wimmer's dissertation title is Counseling Students' Experience of Religious Spiritual Transitions, a Narrative Inquiry.
Yuan Li, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Performance, is being hooded by Dr. Deborah Kaufman. Her dissertation title, Musical Inspirations from Tang Court Dance, Nisheng Yuyi in Lu Qing's Fantasia of Chinese Ancient Dance for Two Pianos.
Dr. Yusuf Al-Radri, PhD, Educational Psychology, being hooded by Dr. Kevin Pugh. Dr. Al-Radri's dissertation title is The Relationship Between Basic Psychological Needs, Novelty, and Transformative Experiences Across Cultural Experience.
Kay Siprit, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Composition, is being hooded by Dr. Rainer Kramer. Her dissertation and composition title is A Great War Requiem.
Dr. Rachel Beckwith, EDD, Educational Studies. Dr. Beckwith is being hooded by Dr. Christine McConnell. Their dissertation title is Community of Practice as a Pathway to an Authentic Emancipatory Education.
Pablo dos Santos Hernandez, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Performance, is being hooded by Dr. Javier Vinasco. His dissertation title, Breno Bloth, a study of two works for oboe.
Dr. Leah Naylor, EDD, Educational Studies. Dr. Naylor is being hooded by Dr. Christine McConnell. Dr. Naylor's dissertation title is Exploring Imagination Within Early Childhood Education.
Miles Roberts, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Performance is being hooded by Dr. Jonathan Bellman. His dissertation title, The Sonatine for Flute and Piano by Pierre-Louis-Joseph Boulez, and its contribution to the modern-day flute performance.
Dr. Juliette Menard, EDD, Educational Studies. Dr. Menard is being hooded by Dr. Christine McConnell. Dr. Menard's dissertation title is Secondary Choir Students' Perceptions of Interdistrict Collaboration Performance Experiences.
Edward W. Hardy, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Performance is being hooded by Dr. Deborah Kaufman. The dissertation title is a compendium of 3 musical works inspired by the African American experience, recordings, commentary, and pedagogical observations.
Dr. Brett Fedor, EDD, Educational Studies. Dr. Fedor is being hooded by Dr. Matthew Farber. Dr. Fedor's dissertation title is Reclaiming Flow, a phenomenological study of secondary school counselors.
Romina Monsanto Colina, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Performance, is being hooded by Dr. Socrates Garcia. Her dissertation title, A Pedagogical Approach to Cello Studies, influenced by the Eshkol-Wachman movement notation.
Dr. Larissa Gray, EDD, Educational Studies, is being hooded by Dr. Jennifer Harding. Dr. Gray's dissertation title is Empowering Educators, How One Professional Learning Program Shapes Collective Teacher Efficacy.
Han Guang Wang, Doctor of Arts in Music, Music Performance, is being hooded by Dr. Carissa Reddick. The dissertation title is The Inheritance and Breakthrough of 20th Century Harpsichord Music, Stylistic Analysis and Performance Guide of Selected Works.
Dr. Nirjan Baum, PhD, Applied Statistics and Research Methods, being hooded by Dr. Randy Larkins. Dr. Baum's dissertation title is A Bayesian Approach to Unit-Linley Mixed Method. Dr. Angela Rockwell, PhD, Applied Statistics and Research Methods. Dr. Rockwell is being hooded by Dr. William Merchant. Dr. Rockwell's dissertation title is A Mixed Methods Evaluation of 3 Quantitative Approaches for Examining Persistence. Dr. Kimberly Monroe, EDD, Educational Psychology. Dr. Monroe is being hooded by Dr. James Cole. Dr. Monroe's dissertation title is University Life Disrupted, Exploring the Psychological Impact, Responses to Loss, and Resiliency Among University Students in the Coronavirus-19 Era.
Will the candidates for the specialist degree in education please stand? Candidates, you have met the requirements for the specialist in education degree. Please come forward and be recognized.
Alexandra Johnson, EDS Educational Leadership, Special Education Administration.
Petra Damiano, EDS Educational Leadership.
Catherine Moran, EDS Educational Leadership, Special Ed Administration.
Brittany Fourier, EDS Educational Leadership, Special Ed Administration.
Mary Spencer, EDS Educational Leadership, Special Ed Administration.
Casey Hegg, EDS Educational Leadership.
Zane Holand, EDS School Psychology.
Keith Langford, EDS Educational Leadership.
Lauren Irie, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis.
Krista Laracella, EDS Educational Leadership.
Alyssa Kishiyama, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis.
Savannah Joyle, EDS School Psychology.
Lauren Lambert, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis.
Lauren Arnold, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis. Rachel Brandon, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis. Riley Roberts, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis. Susanna Spencer, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis. Jenna Wilsey, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis. Lisa Stevens, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis. And Alicia Warren, EDS School Psychology, Applied Behavioral Analysis.
Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand? The deans of their respective colleges will now present the graduates who have met the requirements for the degrees established and recommended by their college's faculty.
My name is Jared Stallings, Dean of the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences. Will the candidates for Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Science degrees from the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences please come forward and be recognized?
Jeremy Peterson, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Sarah Bowman, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Rebecca Leho, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Rebecca Armstrong, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Maggie Marsh, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Kaylee Ernster, Master of Arts, Marriage, Couples, Family Counseling.
Angela Martinez Lopez, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Miriam Nicole Bridge, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Laura Fry, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Chloe Johnson, Master of Arts, Marriage, Couples, Family Counseling.
Laurel Robida, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Spencer Poston, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Allison Kale, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Aaliyah Acosta, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Madison Booms, Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Alex Zebarth, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Casey Valerio, Master of Arts in School Counseling.
Amy Izagiri, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Anna Pinedo, Master of Arts in School Counseling.
Alexis Moore, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Daniel Holmeyer, Master of Arts in School Counseling.
Sierra Ontiveros, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Shayna Bally, Master of Arts in School Counseling.
Simone Sine, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Jalissa Vigil, Master of Arts in School Counseling.
Rachel Hard, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Victoria Baker, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, Curriculum Studies.
Caitlin Eggleston, Master of Arts, Educational Leadership, Special Ed Administration.
Ann Burke, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, Curriculum Studies.
Keisha Hendrickson, Master of Arts, Clinical Mental Health Counseling.
Juan Garcia, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, English Education.
Arabella Orozco, Master of Arts, School Counseling, and a 2020 grad.
Sarah Eby, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, English Education.
Jennifer Henrich, Master of Arts, Literacy.
Kaylee Olson, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, English Education.
Taylor Laird, Master of Arts, Literacy.
Anna Morin, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, Curriculum Studies.
Jessica Delgado Trujillo, Master of Arts, Literacy.
Carmen Schell, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, Curriculum Studies.
Tanisha Lee, Master of Arts, Literacy.
Alexander Farrell, Master of Arts in Educational Leadership.
Jennifer Torres Rivera, Master of Arts, Literacy.
Brooke Gibbons, Master of Arts in Educational Leadership.
Kelsey Irapino, Master of Arts, Literacy.
Lucas Hughes, Master of Arts in Teaching, Education, Culturally, Linguistically Diverse Education.
Shannon Duplex, Master of Arts Teaching, Education, CLD.
Caitlin Cohn, Master of Arts in Educational Leadership.
Claire Gibson, Master of Arts Teaching, Education, CLD.
Jeremy Lanter, Master of Arts in Educational Leadership.
Sydney McPherson, Master of Arts Special Education, Generalist.
Amy Ricci, Master of Arts in Educational Leadership.
Crystal Stevens Benson, Master of Arts Special Education, Generalist.
Sydney Novatak, Master of Arts in Educational Leadership.
Corinne Whittemore, Master of Arts Special Education, Generalist.
Brennan Ferguson, Master of Arts in Educational Psychology.
Jennifer Walker, Master of Arts Teaching, Education, Elementary Education.
Rachel Rogers, Master of Arts in Educational Technology.
Sydney Lupica, Master of Arts Teaching, Education, Elementary Education.
Katie Jansen, Master of Arts in Special Education, Deaf and Hard of Hearing.
Crystal Ellen Gonzalez, Master of Arts Teaching, Education, Elementary Education.
Elizabeth Albers, Master of Arts in Special Education, Early Childhood Education Emphasis.
Ryder Smith, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education.
Emily O'Keefe, Master of Arts in Special Education, Early Childhood Education.
Nicolette Etzel, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education.
Shannon Lawburn, Master of Arts in Special Education, Visual Impairment Concentration.
Mesa Al-Wahibi, Master of Arts Teaching, Elementary Education.
Cassandra Hermanson, Master of Arts in Special Education, Generalist Concentration.
Nahil Hassan, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education.
Jamie Cosman, Master of Arts in Special Education, Gifted Education.
Barbara Chiletti, Master of Arts Special Education Generalist.
Jeremy Alvarez, Master of Arts in Special Education. Academic Coach Leadership.
Emily Emmett, Master of Arts Special Education Generalist.
Brittany Duncan, Master of Arts in Special Education, Academic Coach Leadership.
Zachary Foreman, Master of Arts Special Education Generalist.
Courtney Patton, Master of Arts in Special Education, Academic Coach Leadership.
Aaliyah Green, Master of Arts Special Education, Visual Impairment.
Danielle Piccoli, Master of Arts in Special Education, Intervention Specialist,
That's
Academic Coach Leadership.
Cricket Smotherman, Master of Arts Special Education Generalist.
Sarah Littlejohn, Master of Arts in Special Education, Intervention Specialist, Academic Coach Leadership.
Maddie Keller, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education.
Pedro Zuniga Torres, Master of Arts in Special Education, Generalist.
Macy Sanders, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Skylar Rice, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Ashley Withrow, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Stephanie Tudor, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Elise Ames, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Grace Doverspike, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Lauren Feynman, Master of Arts Teaching Education, Elementary Education. Hannah Burdorf, Master of Arts Special Education, Gifted Education. Deb Evans, Master of Arts Special Education, Gifted Education. Casey Isaacson, Master of Arts Special Education, Gifted Education.
I am Jim Dorner, the Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Will the candidates receiving the Masters of Arts and Masters of Arts in Teaching degrees from the College of Humanities and Social Science please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Tara Delt, Master of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Josh Hall, MA, History.
Riley Hogan, Master of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Abigail Inzana, Master of Arts in History.
Marissa Escobel, Master of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Nathan Myers, MA, History.
Michaela Lowry, Master of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Danielle Wilson, Master of Arts in History.
Esmeralda Mena, Master of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Jen Barnett, Master of Arts in Sociology.
Aubrey Wallace, Master of Arts, Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Rebecca Rhodes, Master of Arts in English.
Lenny Chekas, Master of Arts, English. David Ebel, Master of Arts, English. Hannah Hen, Master of Arts, English. Riley Kerr, Master of Arts, English.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ken Colwell. I'm Dean of the Kenneth W. Montfort College of Business. Will the candidates receiving Masters of Accountancy and Masters of Business Administration degrees from the Montfort College of Business please come forward and receive your diplomas?
Kevin Ball, Master of Business Administration in General Business.
Kira Bing, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Zulma Argueta, Master of Business Administration and Marketing.
Brian Pettit, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Joseph Lucero, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Nia Renee Connolly, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Brandon Paoli, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Christopher Chandler, Master of Business Administration, Accounting Analytics.
Anisha Perez, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Brody McGeehee, Master of Business Administration, Accounting Analytics.
Melina McWilliams, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Jordan Mitchell, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Matthew Holm, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Wyatt Blake, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Amy Fisher, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Elijah Ontiveros, Master of Business Administration, Accounting Analytics.
Alyssa Rose, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Kylie Nguyen, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Sarah Beers, Master of Business Administration, Marketing.
Virginia Thomas, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Erica Lane, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Erica Haraguchi, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Brian Gardner, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Ty Spat, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Gritza Eads, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
Andrea Fergosa, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Kimberly Marquez, Master of Business Administration, Accounting Analytics.
Jennifer Sumi, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management.
Haley Doty, Master of Business Administration, General Business.
Samir Kalari, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management. Amy Chikokson, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration. Sharon Shagola, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration. Ashley Panum, Master of Business Administration, Accounting Analytics. Michelle Cervantes, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Administration.
My name is Kamal Haddad, Dean of the College of Natural and Health Sciences. Will the candidates receiving Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Public Health and Professional Sciences master's degrees from the College of Natural Health Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Mackenzie Compton, Master of Science, Athletic Training.
Crystal Gonzalez, Master of Science in Biological Sciences.
Kyler Muir, Master of Science, Athletic Training.
Swagata Meti, Master of Science in Biological Sciences.
Catherine Suter, Master of Science, Athletic Training.
Tamira Campbell, Master of Arts in Sport Coaching.
Quinn Cochran Zip, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Lindsay Crownover, Master of Biomedical Science.
Bailey Vasquez McDade, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Brooke Roges, Master of Biomedical Science.
Emily Andrade, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Peyton Hart, Master of Biomedical Science.
Tommy Gerson, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Diana Jaramillo, Master of Biomedical Science.
Alma Oliverdo, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Lisbeth Nunez Martinez, Master of Biomedical Science.
Jordan Conley, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Liam Ogren, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Raymond Erskine, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Griffin Roberts, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Delaney Byrne, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Anya Turner, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Joshua Bechtel, Master of Arts, Mathematics Teaching.
Elisa Bell, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Srimati Dev, Master of Arts, Mathematics Teaching.
Yanuan Cervantes, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Aaliyah Street, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration.
Danielle Belcher, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Social Psychology of Sport and Physical Activity.
Camille Lucas, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration.
Audrey Menzer, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Jacob Lazo, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration.
Harley Shemp, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Maria Uchman, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration.
Thomas Flores, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Social Psychology of Sport and Physical Activity.
Noah Harvey, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration.
Ali Zer, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Social Psychology of Sport and Physical Activity.
Miranda Christie, Master of Arts, Sport Coaching.
Brett Rowland, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Maria Cerna, Master of Science, Biological Sciences.
Gracelyn Surma, Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Exercise Physiology.
Miguel Ken Blanco, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Sport Administration.
Dawn Marie Marshall, Master of Arts in Rehabilitation Counseling.
Lydia Fernandez, Master of Science, Dietetics.
Sarah Listman, Master of Arts in Rehabilitation Counseling.
Cheyenne The Burge, Master of Arts, Mathematics.
Anna Berriman, Master of Arts in Rehabilitation Counseling.
Zoe Duran, Master of Science, Dietetics.
Arnie Aben, Master of Arts in Rehabilitation Counseling.
Elizabeth Wentz, Master of Science, Dietetics.
Amber Chesley, Master of Arts in Rehabilitation Counseling.
Hannah Stobie, Master of Science, Dietetics.
Melissa Dellinger, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Iris Grems, Master of Science, Dietetics.
Amy Depperschmidt, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Sarah Wershern, Master of Science, Dietetics.
Jennifer Hall, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Lindsay Allgaier, Master of Arts Teaching, Physical Education, Physical Activity Leadership.
Nadia Erdman, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Tyler Johnston, Master of Arts Teaching, Physical Education, Physical Activity Leadership.
Brooke McCombs, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Leanna Lawson, Master of Arts Teaching, Physical Education, Physical Activity Leadership.
Suzette Montez Castillo, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Stephen Baminelli, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Biomechanics.
Mark Muller, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Jonathan Ashcroft, Master of Science, Sport and Exercise Science, Biomechanics.
Samantha Smith, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Jillian Campbell, Master of Arts, Special Speech Language Pathology.
Pablo Sneed, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Molly Orr, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Cornelius Tobias, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Stephanie Howard, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Sarah Stinchcomb, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Zoe Shin, Master of Public Health, Community Health Education.
Lauren Tryon, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
May Rupert, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Teresa Vasquez, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Alex Andrea Fetty, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Christina Wells, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner.
Alessandra Hernandez, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Angelia Loa, Master of Arts in Speech Language Pathology.
Shale Demuth, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
McKinley Meyer, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Aubrey Stevens Smith, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Jesse Tidwell, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Tara Doring, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Aubrey Monson, Master of Arts in Speech Language Pathology.
Kaya Duke, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Jessica Tucker, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Betsy Dunn, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology.
Riley Villalpando, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Casey Kolk, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Serena Motolusky, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Sydney Manka, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Callie Ruderskold Moslin, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Caitlin Needling, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Lindsay Weaver, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Camille Lara, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Jocelyn Wilcoxon, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Kelsey Young, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Carly Wilders, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. McKenna Parenti, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Madeline Cloutier, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. Taya Bushling, Master of Arts, Speech Language Pathology. And Dana Kelly, Master of Science in Nursing, Leadership, Quality, and Safety.
My name is Cristina Goletti, Dean of the College of Performing and Visual Arts. Will the candidates receiving Master of Arts and Master of Music degrees from the College of Performing and Visual Arts please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Jennifer Wagner, Music, Vocal Performance. Anne-Marie Dawson, Music, Instrumental Performance.
Elizabeth Romero, Music, Music Theory.
Courtney Elsher, Music, Instrumental Performance. Danielle Ong Min Lee, Music, Instrumental Performance. Troy Rowlands, Music, Instrumental Performance.
Bowen Dong, Master of Music, Jazz Studies.
James Standish, Music, Instrumental Performance.
Iric Hogbro, Master of Music in Jazz Studies.
Ko Ching Tai, Music, Instrumental Performance.
Grace Wallen, Master of Music, Instrumental Performance.
Reginald Winters, Music, Instrumental Performance.
Adrian Perez, Master of Music in Jazz Studies.
Yuen Lee, Music, Music Education.
Trenton Wells, Master of Music in Jazz Studies.
Morgan Hall, Music, Music History and Literature.
Luming Xu, Master of Music in Jazz Studies. Jolyn Yu, Master of Music, Jazz Studies. Nareda Newchurch, Master of Music in Vocal Performance.
So how about a big round of applause for our graduates? So, it is now my great honor to invite Trustee Steve Jordan to the podium to authorize the conferral of degrees.
The Board of Trustees extends its congratulations to our UNC graduates and their families. We are proud of your accomplishments and this significant milestone in your lives. President Feinstein, by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees for the University of Northern Colorado, and as a member of that board, I hereby authorize you to confer on this term's graduates the appropriate degree as recommended by the faculty.
Well, thank you, Trustee Jordan. We certainly appreciate your service. Now, candidates, please stand. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of your chosen field of study upon satisfactory completion of degree requirements with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. Oh, we can do better than that. All right. So now I'd like all UNC alumni to please stand to join the class of 2024. So look around you, graduates. This is your Bear Network. Today you join a growing global network of more than 141,000 living alumni. They will always be there to encourage you and support you. Because as we say, once a bear, always a bear. All right, you can be seated. So as we conclude this commencement ceremony, I'm going to ask the audience, graduates, and faculty to please remain seated until the stage party exits. And then the commencement marshals will direct you how to leave. Again, thank you and congratulations. One more round of applause for the class of 2024.